Hello and welcome back to another interview at the Cardano Summit 2024 in Dubai. This is day one. I'm Adel, the host, and today we have Matthew Plomin, who is with USDM Stablecoin by Moneta Digital.
Thank you for having me. This is a really wonderful conference.
Absolutely. Thank you for being on the show. We are here to educate and also learn what people are building using blockchain technology. So, as I understand it, you're building your company on the Cardano blockchain. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, USDM is the largest fiat-backed stablecoin on Cardano.
Wow.
We have been integrated into nearly all of the DeFi protocols, lending, borrowing, DEXs, all of that. It's been a wild year. We launched in March, and we're based in the US. We've been approved for minting and burning in 19 different states now. We're working on our way to get all the states and territories to be regulated in the same way as USDC.
Well, first off, congratulations on being the largest. Is it largest by user or transaction or volume?
If you look on the DEX Hunter demographics, it's the largest volume trading stablecoin, largest fiat-backed stablecoin in terms of AUM and on-chain liquidity, and we're working on getting the wallet count up, but that's actually very, very good too.
Great. So as most users use stablecoins, the fact that the benefit of using a stablecoin is that it's stable. It's backed by, let's say, U.S. Treasuries and things like this. For USDM's case, is there something different about it, or is it similarly backed?
So the great thing about USDM is that we have an independent oracle called Charlie 3 that has read-only access to all of our bank accounts. And every day, Charlie 3 reports the value of those bank accounts on-chain, transparently. Okay. And that value is used in the smart contracts that govern the monetary policy of USDM. So the monetary policy monitors how much USDM exists and how much reserves exist, and they won't let us mint more than they have reserves, as independently reported by Charlie 3.
I see. So as I understand, so it's backed by bank accounts.
It's backed by bank accounts and money market mutual funds that are managed by some of the largest asset managers in the US, Fidelity, Western Asset Management. We're bringing a few more on too.
Great. No, that gives, of course, a lot of assurance and insurance that there's something backing it, which is good. I mean, RWA, after all, is real-world assets, so it's backed against something. So what are you doing with this exactly?
So we're working on serving the Cardano ecosystem. We want to be the USDC of Cardano. We want to be the fiat-backed stablecoin that's a go-to option for anybody that's engaging in commerce or DeFi or whatever you need to do for payments. We have reports that people are paying their payroll in USDM for their employees. They're sending remittances across the world. Any use case that you could have for $1, you could have for USDM.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's great. And so, what brings you here at the Cardano Summit today?
Well, we are Cardano native project. The founders, me, my co-founder, the CTO, the members of the team are all OG Cardano heads. And so we've had rich ties with the community. We got funded by Project Catalyst. We've been very supportive of the Cardano ecosystem. We want to be that sort of homegrown stablecoin that Cardano can rely on.
I've got a question, and I think it's a burning question that I get on Twitter a lot, which is, come November, I'm not sure which date is it November 7th? When the elections are going to happen this year, the U.S. elections.
Right.
I wondered if whichever candidate that wins is going to have an impact on the crypto industry.
Yeah, I believe that whoever wins will have an impact on the crypto industry. Donald Trump has made some very explicit things about Bitcoin, about self-custody, about honoring crypto.
Preventing CBDCs.
Preventing CBDCs. I think that there will be a different regulatory path if Kamala Harris wins, but she's also made some overtures toward the industry as well. So I think that in either case, you might see a new head of the SEC, you might see new regulatory regimes come into place. There's been some legislation that's proposed that probably has a better chance of passing under a new administration of either party.
Of course. Trump said that if he becomes president, he'll fire Gary Gensler from the SEC. I don't know if you had any views on that.
I believe he will.
I mean, do you have any views
on
how that would affect the industry?
I don't really know. I think one of the things that the SEC struggles with is trying to find the right regulatory framework to apply. And that's largely based on what Congress has enabled them to do.
Right.
So while they try to protect investors, and it's an honorable thing that they're protecting investors from scams and such, but they don't have the tools that they need to properly regulate this industry. So I think that there needs to be action out of Congress instead of action by enforcement that the SEC has chosen to do. But I think everybody that's in this industry understands what's happening there, and that any kind of regulatory clarity out of Washington is going to be welcome.
Right. I hope so. And well, I guess that doesn't affect you. I hope it affects you in a good way, since you're based in the U.S. I assume.
Yeah, well, we're very fortunate that there's a well-trod path that the stablecoin makers that are U.S.-based have already followed. The federal regulation is yet to be formed, but the individual states have done their good jobs in creating a regulatory framework that stablecoins can operate under, and we've taken that path. I think that if you have a 50-state regulatory approach versus a single
Correct.
federal regulatory approach, you have a lot more resiliency in your regulatory footprint.
Right.
And so while we can currently operate in 19 states, we'll be able to operate in more going forward as those licenses come online. So it's we have a little more assurance that there's not some single point of failure in that method.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I'm glad that we had some insights that you shared here today. I think it's important to know commercially be aware of what's going on because they do control the industry. After all, they're the lawmakers, politicians, and of course regulators. So good to get an insight from you, and I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you for asking. Yeah,
Of course, of course. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you found this insightful. We'll leave all the links in the description so you can check out Matthew's profile as well as USDM Stablecoin. Thank you again for watching. I'm Adel, the host, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Let's go. Nice. Love you.